So we're going to try to do this while my dog is quiet. The windows are open, so she flips out. Anyway, I'm Shannon. I paint, I draw, I art journal. It's how I find my happy place, my mindful art. So this one, I've been art journaling for a couple years now. This one I did from an old book. Usually I either hand make them by sewn-in bindings, or we'll use a reverse accordion. That's what this one is. So an old book. Started this one Monday, 4/28, in the day yesterday. I should put a date there, or day of the week, yesterday. Most of it's found items. This is a sticker. Most of my stickers I either get as presents or find them at resale shops. So this one I found at a resale shop. Love VeggieTales, especially for my kids when they were younger. This is from an old magazine. These photos are from the same resale shop that I got this at, but they're for like sorry, not for stickers, they're for photographs. So this is reversed accordion binding. I cut the guts out of this book, and this is just an old scrap material. It does kind of strings on there, but I kind of like that look. Corrugated paper, a little vintage lady, and her stopwatch there, or fob watch, sorry. And this is a claim ticket from when we got our car cleaned. A bit of washi. And this one is a higher quality construction paper. I think it's called like heavy duty. It was on sale when Joann's closed. And that is acrylic paint. I love how you can scrape through it. I don't use acrylics very often, but kind of liking craft acrylic paint. Watercolor. There's a little bit of shimmer gold in there. And some stickers that were from Joann's I got on sale. I do this a lot for my mindfulness. It's just painting, let it dry, and then trace and see what you find. Scrap metal bird from a magazine. I love that he has crutches. I saw those actually a couple minutes ago. I think he was from Arizona, I think. And this does not go with him, but I thought it was funny. VeggieTales, and I won something at work, so that's what that is. This resist is from Colorless Crayon, which is not, or colorless wax, whatever you call it when it's not Crayola. At one of the protests we went to, I stood behind some police tape. I'd never been to one, or had been to a rally, but not stood behind tape, so of course we had to grab some. This is that same heavy-duty construction paper. Found some stickers at a resale shop. Acrylic paint, matte acrylic paint scraped across. I don't know if all matte acrylic is this thin as the one I've got, but I kind of like it because it's more like ink. And here's watercolor paper, neo colors, and watercolor. This is acrylic paint, although I think gouache would kind of feel the same. Mindful doodles with Crayola, the vintage Crayola colors that came out. I'm so hoping they keep Dandelion. Team Dandelion, right? This one is mulberry paper and paper from a pack I got at the Goodwill. And matte medium on top. Vintage florals, which are my absolute favorite. This is a coloring book I actually got from Barnes & Noble a couple years ago, and it's a coloring page, so there's ones that one side is not colored and one side is, so I tend to use the colored ones. Had to get some infusions done, so that's what this is. I trace my hand quite a lot. I love how Aaron Partridge taught us to trace our hands if we didn't know what to do when we were doing art journal snacks, and I really do that a lot. And stickers from Cutie, from Fruit and stuff, she does that too. And this is watercolor paper, just some doodles, and sometimes I paint and I don't know what I'm going to do with it. So reverse coloring book kind of style. Really rough day. Choosing not to honor every comment with a response. This intended to look like a stamp, like those old school dip and stamp ones. And then there's some journaling over on the side of that. I did a lot of journaling in this one. old envelope. And my girl, she's done with Neocolor too, which didn't take very well on this paper. This is a cover of a old watercolor pad with just some acrylic marker on top of it. I mean, it was okay. I wasn't sure how it would hold after it dried, but she ended up being all right. Pictures from magazines, inside joke. Again, I really like thought bubbles, so this one, there was a mandala on the back, but I didn't get it round enough, so it looked kind of funny. This is from Squishmallows from Happy Meal. She is now in my position. I love flamingos. I don't draw very many, but anyway. There's more of those stickers. Squishmallows are taking over my house with my children, by the way. My blind lady. She didn't start out being blind, but I'm not really good at eyes, so there you go. This is the back of the Happy Meal box. Trying to see everybody all the time. And this is marker paper, so it takes the water a little bit different. So there's a lot of Neocolor too, and I might have used a little bit of Inktense pencil because I tend to use those the same. Some other inks there. And then this is gouache. That's ink in there. Not very good at being assertive, so gave myself a pat on the back there. Neocolor 2s, and then some ink there as well. Like I said, there's lots of journaling in this one. Mulberry paper, I have a ton of it. I need to be using it. Use the good stuff, and I loved her. Those flippy up glasses we used to have as kids. This is from a magazine that was traced. I don't know where I got that idea from, watching something, I'm sure, on YouTube, because most of my art is just self-taught from watching videos. But tracing those, it kind of makes it pop. Half of a mandala, some ink in there. This is that same marker paper. I'm trying to go through a whole pad. Some paper packs I found at Goodwill. This is actually wax paper that I had used, and it had stains and stuff on it. And then mulberry paper, some stickers from a book I got for Mother's Day. My kids are getting really big really fast, so growing up, and I'm over it. And then changes come, whether I want them to or not. Mulberry paper, but there's some like leaves and twigs in there, so I want to keep that one. And these are the last 2 pages. This is from an old children's book. I just like the colors and the feet, that whole 70s look. Speaking of 70s, this is from an old a magazine, so it was nice and worn. And then I have some, the iridescentness there is matte medium. And then, of course, I have a ton of stickers. I have a problem, actually, but that's okay. So 7 Brew gave me a few this morning, and then I've got some more on my front there. This goes over here. And yeah, so I wasn't sure how thick it was going to end up being, but it's a pretty nice little side view there. I don't think that this one will need a wrap around it, but I usually do put a wrap on there. So I hope you enjoyed this, and I'm going to hopefully make some more of them. This one is, this one's just started, paper bags. I work at a hospital, and we're getting a lot of paper bags because cafeteria's under construction, so we're doing a lot of, they're doing stuff in bags right now. Anyway, so this is mulberry paper with, I have matte medium that I tinted with some of the matte acrylic. So anyway, hopefully we'll get some more videos at some point. Hope that you're having a beautiful day. Get out of your head and do some art. Bye.